Hello, I'm Julia Cordova. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I really appreciate it. And first of all, I just want to apologize if you've ever commented on one of my videos and a scammer with a similar name to mine said to text them with a certain number. It's not me. I don't sell anything. I don't have a service. I really just do this every week as part of my process, and if it helps other people, I'm really happy that it does. And I really like you commenting on my videos because then I know I'm not alone. So I apologize that happened. I've taken steps to, I hope, prevent it from happening again. If not, I'll just turn off the comments, which I don't want to do. But anyway, let's talk charts. You ready? Whoop. All right. Okay, so let's start off by looking at ES or SPX weekly futures. So last week we had a near perfect back test of this channel line again, and we have not had one since we broke above. Not one close below it. We had a close on it, but not one close below it. So far this is looking super bullish-ish. If we had another back test of this channel for this coming week, it would be 4177. Otherwise, we're headed, if we can hold that, we're headed for the 4380 Living with Chemistry line. If we get some activity below this line, that would be, I think, the best hope for bears. The most bearish thing I could see about this chart is somebody who I really want to be bearish, because hello. The most bearish thing I can see is some potential divergence, but you know what? That could just go away. And this previous RSI high was around 72.66 or so. So if we did go higher in price and go higher in RSI, all that would do is take the RSI into turbo zone, and then we'd go much higher. So, and these three highs are so close to each other. I mean, it's not technically a triple top, not a top, but it's looking like gravity is just going to take it higher. Potentially we might get a pullback first. So let's look at the daily to let us know what's going to go on. Okay, so this whole week was looking just choppy, potentially bearish on Thursday, and then Friday was just like a back test of this previous measured move of 41.79, and then whoop, all the way up, and for the first time closed above this channel line, the first time actually in about a month. So the first time since May 7th, we're back above this channel line. It took a long time. So we've had a correction in both price here and time so far. So it absolutely has the juice to continue higher, technically speaking. Now, let's look at the Nasdaq. All right, this is the weekly chart. We had this blue line in place for a close above, letting us know potentially we have a breakout. Now, it wasn't the biggest range in terms of percentage for Nasdaq, but we did close above this line. So now what we're watching is for it to hold this breakout. So a back test of the breakout on the weekly basis for Nasdaq would be 13,602. The top of this channel line would be 14,025. Anything above it, break out, break the F out, break it out. And the measured move from that would be 15,209.66 were it to get above here. Otherwise, a back test of the channel line would be 12,762. And so far we're holding RSI support here. We've flirted with it just a little bit back, but as far as weekly goes, we're holding it. We actually breached this next level of resistance last week, and for now we are holding above. Let's look at the daily. Okay, so I was pretty pleased with myself on Thursday. We had a perfect back test of my gift line. I was like, what? Good job. And then on Friday, I'm not gonna lie, I tried to short here, I tried to short here, I tried to short here, and I tried to short into day. So I was bleeding on Thursday. I was not in a good mood because I was like, what in the world? But you know what? Sometimes you have a day like that, you have weeks like that where you're just whatever you think is happening is wrong. So we just continued straight the F up. And so now we have to reevaluate, we have to look at what we have, and really, as long as it holds this, first of all, this rocket line, which we breached, I was all excited, and then came back over. I was all not excited. We have to figure out what to do from here. Now, I hate to say this. I don't want to draw it on my chart, but I'll tell you. Look at this. What does this look like to you? If you're just squinting your eyeballs, and look at where we are, 13,766. That would be a neckline. This would be a shoulder. This would be a head. This would be a shoulder. Yes, it's a little screwed up looking, but no, that doesn't matter. This is a head and shoulders pattern. This could be a head and shoulders pattern, which would be a continuation pattern, which would be a continuation pattern of up. Yep. So it is potentially possible that we have a pullback here, because oftentimes at the necklines of head and shoulders there are pullbacks to get people all wound up, and then higher, higher, higher. Okay, so watch the beginning of the week for a pullback, and then we'll see whether or not we can go high, high, higher, higher. First target, which still was not met from bull flag long ago, is 14,134. However, the measured move from this head and shoulders, I will not be calculating unless we, in my opinion, are breaking the F up from it, in which case I will calculate it because it's much higher than this, and probably in this zone. Ooh, okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, like, you know, look at this, right? Right. Let's keep that in mind. Now, let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, this is the daily Bitcoin chart. We've had a breakout and we've back tested it and we're holding it, but it's not doing the thing where it's coming up here. It still looks like, to a lot of people, a pennant. Okay, and some people would call this a bear pennant because we have some downward and pennant action, which is a triangle. I hate to say, because I know a lot of people are very fervent bulls, and I do believe that it's going back here at some point, back near here at some point. But the longer that it consolidates in this range without whooping up here, the more likely, in my opinion, it is to go down before it goes up, which would give people another chance to buy. So don't be mad at me, please. I'm a happy person. I'm happy. I'm happy if you're happy. But anyway, so far we are back testing this RSI support. We are exactly holding it as of right now. It is 4:19 Eastern time on Sunday, and I am watching for 35,152 to hold. I want that to hold. Otherwise, we'll look to this next orange line, which it could hit because that would still be a higher low. It could still hit that and go up. It could still go up from here, but I really want to see 35,152 hold. This is not at this time bullish. Okay. I mean, if it just shot up from here, it would have been like, okay, that's something I call a bend and snap, because it almost and then didn't and then snapped. But yeah, no, okay, that's what I see. I don't want to get anybody mad at me, but 35,152 initially, and then depending on what day this is, I'll post on Twitter if we break this orange support, okay? Because then we go lower. Okay. All right, let's look at Ethereum ETH. Okay, same dealio where we have some lower highs here and higher lows. It's more bullish looking, and this level to watch. And by the way, so last week I did the video right here. I said we were flirting with the breakout, and we did not break out. We held that resistance. We came back down, exactly touched this line, and went right back up, broke the F out. And so far we're holding that breakout very wonderfully, right? We retraced about 50% of this breakout on this next candle, and then we're just holding it. So we're just sideways consolidating right now. And I would be looking for on today 24 to hold. It looks okay right now. It looks just sideways. And then below that what I'd really want to see is 23.55, but then when we get to these, if we got to these numbers down here, unless it violently upswung from those, that would be bearish. So if we did get down here to 1919 or 1819, I'd want to see a violent upswing, like a big wick, huge wick, not just kind of like this was a breakout, but it wasn't like a super breakout. Okay, so okay, that's what I'm watching. This isn't a bear flag. I don't know what people are talking about. No, it's not. Stop it. It is, however, a bear pennant-ish looking thing. More on Bitcoin than on Ethereum, but you squint your eyes, you can see this is a triangle. And we'll see what happens. Above this line, which would be 32.25, and bullish. Okay, all right. Now let's look at gold. Okay, last week we did, in fact, we talked about this. We did have a near back test of this channel line. And so we got a higher high last week and then a lower low. We closed the week slightly lower, but ultimately this is just chop and consolidation and either people buying or people selling, but it still looks very bullish to me at this time. What we really need to do though is get above this 1926 level on the weekly, and then we can break the F out. But for now, I just see chop and consolidation and redistribution or whatever. I don't know what it's called, absorption. I don't know what people are calling it. I just see buying and selling going on. It tried to sell off. It did not succeed much. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me to see several weeks of chop, just to get all the gold bulls wound up and all the gold bears wound up. Okay, let's look at silver. Okay, so same thing, higher high and lower low. I should, El Guapo or on Twitter asked me right when we were right at here. He's like, when are we buying silver or whatever? And I said, okay, it's at the bottom of the channel right now, which it did a perfect back test of, pretty much. It got like a smidge below, a couple cents below, but then bounced right back up. So I hope you're able to get on that scalp. I should have just made it public, but I was not having the best week last week. I was feeling very antisocial. I was feeling very just sad and antisocial. So I just trying to trade by myself in my little zone. Anyway, oh boy. So we still haven't gotten to this little head and shoulders measured move of 29.855. A back test of the channel line, if it happened this week, would be 27.51. I might attempt to buy that if we back test that, see what happens. But ultimately what I'd like to see happen is for us to hold this key. As long as we're chopping around here, it's just very important to close the week above this 26.94 for me to maintain my uber bullishness, unless it's doing a flag. And if it's doing an obvious flag, then sure, it can close right under here. It can do all sorts of things as long as it's flagging. But right now, it's not flagging. It's just chopping in consolidation. It's just chop, getting everybody all wound up. So we this 4-hour chart we broke out of, back tested it, came back down, and our pink line held, which was the weekly channel line, but we're back above it now. If we were looking for a back test of it in the next couple hours, it would be 27.655-ish or so. I should actually move that. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on when it happens, right? That's the stupid thing about about telling you, because I don't know. I mean, it could happen here, it could happen here, it could happen. Anyway, I would attempt to buy it again there, 27.62 or so. I guess depending on when it happened. I would love a back test of this channel line again, just to chop everybody around. Okay, now let's look at GDX. Maybe we'll get some clues. Okay, now I did draw in what is potentially an inverse head and shoulders. So this is the weekly chart. So potentially we could come back down all the way to this intersection of these two MAs, which would be about 37 and change, 37.15-ish or so. Or we could come back down all the way to the 20 MA, which would be the 35 level. That would have a lot of bears like, I told you so, rah, 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 and it would give us another opportunity to buy the effing dip if we believe in it. I believe in it. So I'm looking for this week. I'll be watching 39.54 as the martini line resistance. Any kind of breakout above that, okay, let's see what you got. But we did intra-week back test this RSI support and then close above it. So it wouldn't surprise me to see it close on this RSI support next week. So potentially a little bit lower, some chop around to get people all wound up, and then higher. But for now, I'm looking for a dip or some consolidation chop, unless it gets above this 39.54, and then we'll talk. Okay, let's look at oil. So last week, so oil is very bullish, by the way. This is oil's weekly future versus the XOP or oil stocks. This looks very bullish to me. And last week I had talked about potentially shorting it. I did not, because I was not feeling deathy. And the most bearish thing I see it's got going on for it right now, though, is some potential divergence, right? So lower RSI but higher price, but that can go away with higher price and higher RSI. And in fact, for it to get higher RSI, though, that's already 80. So higher RSI would have it in above 80, and that would be supremely like uber wow level. Okay, so it's either going to pull back relatively soon, just a little something, or it's going to go way high. So you people who know how to do options and stuff, I don't know, but I think that's the thing. I think, yeah. So we've already had the chopping around and staying the same, so it's looking like it's going to do a big move. This does not look fakey breaky at this time. However, if it had a big wick up and then started to head back down, that would look fakey breaky to me. And that would be a very good, I think, shorting opportunity. So I'll be watching that just in case. Let's look at Nete. Okay, this is Natty on a weekly basis. Let me make it smaller here. So it was triangulating. It broke out again. So far we still have lower highs. However, we have like a double toppy thing going on here at 3.15. And so I had held a long position over last weekend. I did it again. I'm really nervous about it, actually. But I'm still long because this looked on the 1 day and on the hourly, it looked bullish to me. So I might have to manage that on the open. I'm concerned. Maybe it'll be great. I don't know. But anyway, I am looking for Natty to break the F out. It looks to me like it's had all of this consolidation and it looks ready-ish. The fact that it didn't just poop here, like it's done previous time. Look, high, poop, high, poop, high. Start to get on the potty, but not poop. So that potentially is bullish that it didn't poop yet. Anyway, okay, that's what we got right now, and I think this is bullish looking, potentially, but hopefully not, down still again to this 2.87 line, which I would not like at all, but it's very possible. Okay, let's look at Joe, coffee. Okay, so Joe had a head and shoulders here, okay, and then once it got to that neckline, similar to I think what we were talking about with Nasdaq, it came back down, and then it went way up. So lots of times this neckline is resistance, and we have a little something before a flag or whatever before it goes higher. So we have a higher high, we have a higher low. We do not have the most bullish looking candle, but that's okay. It doesn't have to go straight up. In fact, I'll buy any kind of dip up in here, okay? Like I certainly will. I'll extend this line. I mean, for now, you know, we're far away from doing anything, but I will be buying all dips in coffee should they happen, because I still have this measured move of 52.07 and I have confidence in it at this time. Okay, that's it. Make myself big. Oops. Thank you again for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the interwebs. Okay, bye.